The Mixed Mornings and More podcast with Steph and Shawn.
Now available daily.
Good morning, world.
Good morning. What day is it even? Holy moly, I'm back though. I'm back. What do we got? Tuesday?
It is Tuesday.
Yeah, it is August 9th.
Yes.
Year's still 2022. It's 5:31 in the morning. What's up?
It feels like you've been gone a year.
Yeah, it really has. Can't believe I'm back.
How was your weekend?
It was great. I festivaled pretty hard for 4 days. Folk festival, not too hard. It was the folk fest, so it was like not hardcore or anything. A lot of folkies there, but still partied. How I know how to party, but I got a nice. I think I have a good like radio voice today. It's a little raspy, a little bit from singing along to like a lot of people.
I'm glad you're saying that because I've been kind of thinking all morning, like, Shawn, what's going on with that throat over there?
Yeah, like a lot of yelling, a lot of woo, woo, clapping and everything. But yeah, good to be back. Good to be back. But short-lived though. Sorry, Steph.
I know. It's like I'm like, finally, my friend is back. Oh, for what? 2 days?
Yeah, like a day and a half, kind of, and then I'm off to a bachelor party. So here today, here tomorrow, gone Thursday and Friday again. I'm basically just doing some laundry and I'm changing out my wardrobe from festival clothes to houseboating clothes, and then I'm heading back out.
Basically, you just wanted to ride the highways. Like you drove all the way back up from Edmonton just to drive 2 days later to BC.
Yeah, 100%. So if anyone needs a highway report, just text in, and I'll let you know what they look like. We're living in such a weird time right now, Steph, and I know that can apply to literally a whole lot of things, but specifically, I want to say weird times for gas prices.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, which one do you want to, I'm going to count on 10 fingers and I might not get it still of weird times. But gas prices, absolutely.
100%. I can't remember the last time there was such disparity across the entire province. Usually, in my lifetime, from top to bottom, it might vary 10 cents or so. Here or there, 10 cents, give or take, you're going to find a gas price. But now, like on the weekend, when I was down in Edmonton, I found $1.37.
Wow.
Down in Edmonton compared to what? $1.63, $1.59, $1.60 up here? Well,
even last week, there was the discrepancy in prices just across the city. It was $1.89 and you could get it down to $1.74 and it was like,
silly. Absolutely silly. And if you want to just keep going down Highway 63, so like say you fill up here, 160, we'll go an average of 160. Wandering River, I think that's down to 149.
Wow. And that's 11 cents.
Yeah. And then you drive like half hour, whatever it may be, to Grassland. It's going to drop like 4 more cents to like 145.
I am amazed at that new finding. I've only figured that out about 2 weeks ago about the Wandering River to Grassland. And I'm just like, but I want Burger King.
That's right. I don't want to do 2 stops. I want to do 1 stop.
And I just actually discovered a real life hack that it might not work for you. I don't know. My parents are really, really kind. And they buy me an AMA membership every Christmas. And just now, 2 weeks ago, I discovered that you get 3 cents off a liter by swiping your AMA card at Shell's.
Oh.
Yeah, I had no idea. And now I'm like, where's the Shell? Where's the Shell? But then I'm checking Gas Buddy to make sure that the Shell is still going to be cheaper if I use my 3 cents off a liter card. So at Wandering River, I discovered there's a Shell there.
Yeah, it's a little farther down.
Burger King and past A&W, you get to just a boring old Shell with no restaurant.
I was going to say, do they have a fast food place attached there?
No, wouldn't that be nice? Can we get a Dairy Queen at Wandering River? That's what I'm hoping for. Give me some ice cream and the best chicken fingers in fast food history.
A little blizzy on top. Let's go.
A lot of trends came out in the past few years that were just regular ways of life 50 years ago.
Okay.
Like making sourdough bread. Like people were like, I am now a master chef of the bread kind.
Yeah.
What is that? A pastry chef? Anyway, a baker. That's right. But then also people were like canning, and they were just kind of getting back to this like preserving, creating your own things. And
deep cleaning was one of them, like bleach deep cleaning.
Still on that trend.
Yep.
Last night I had a friend over and she was like, oh, why don't we just do our crafts and we can have dinner together? And I was like, sure. I was planning on taco salad. She's like, great. I've got some lettuce in my garden. I'll go pick. I was like, awesome. I've got some tomatoes in mine. We're sitting at the table with our taco salad surrounded by our pandemic trends that we picked up.
Oh,
and it
boy.
was like, not only did we become gardeners, but she was also sitting there crocheting a sweater and I was sewing a quilt.
Wow. Look at all y'all just being self-sustainable over there, making your own like warmth of coats and blankets and eating your own garden and everything.
Right. Now, I would just like to say back maybe 50 years ago, these things were a way of life and they were a lot cheaper to accomplish because the lap quilt that I'm making, the material alone cost me like $98.
Okay.
And then I had to buy all these accessories like a cutting board and stuff for it. So it's not cheap hobby. And then she's making this sweater that she paid over $100 just for the skeins of yarn to do. And it's like, wow, this is for the love of crafting. It is definitely not for the love of the cause.
Oh my God. I thought that was like going to be like $12 here or there on the cheap side. No, it's easier just to go buy your own.
Yeah. And let's talk about gardening. That's another expensive
Oh, that's
hobby.
back pain as well. So I know this may be a little controversial, and I'm sure over half the people are going to scoff at this, Steph.
Okay.
But over on the weekend, I was down at the Edmonton Folk Festival, and I ran into none other than NDP Rachel Notley.
Oh, all right. Well, what is the scoffing part? You were nice to her?
No, the scoffing part is just people don't like her.
Oh, okay. I was like, what's happening?
No, just judging by how, even though like a lot of people don't vote, which is sad, just judging by how the results are viewed and everything, a lot of people don't like her. But I did manage to run into her in a donaire line, which I think people can appreciate.
Oh, yeah.
And naturally, how I do, being the Sasky boy that I am, I put just like a nickname to everything that I come across. And so I was calling her the Nodder.
You're kidding. To her face?
Yeah, I was just like, the Nodder, giving her like a little rock symbol. I don't know. I might have been lubricated.
I was gonna say, I'm like, how far to the wind were you?
But she enjoyed it. She enjoyed it, and then we got a picture together of us like eating food, which was hilarious. She was just game for it. So it was my girlfriend, myself, and the Nodder. And then not only was it fantastic, but she ended up. I posted it to like Instagram on my Instagram stories. She ended up sharing it to her stories as well.
She really liked the interaction. Maybe this is going to be her next campaign sign.
Oh, if she uses...
Vote in the Nodder.
If she uses my nickname that I give her, I need royalties or something. I didn't put that in. I should have mentioned that. But anyways, donaires with the Nodder at a folk festival. Check that off the list of something. I don't know what list, but check it off.
Here is your Buzz recap from Mixed Mornings with Steph and Shawn.
On a sad note, Olivia Newton-John has passed away. The 4-time Grammy winner, singer, and actress with 5 #1 hits was 73.
And in honor of her passing, Steph, everyone now has to put physical on repeat, perform aerobics in their workout onesie in their living room because, of course, you gotta haunt your children for decades with that. Thanks, Olivia. Rest in peace.
And Serena Williams is retiring. The tennis superstar has won 23 Grand Slam titles, the most by any player in the Open era, is considered one of the greatest tennis players of all time, and is 40 years old.
And you know what? I think instead of pouring one out for this legend right here, the GOAT of tennis, I thought we could give a couple power grunts instead. Now, right after me, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Steph, I need not only your help, but everyone else's help on deciding if I have found a laundry life hack or if I'm cheap.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, because you're frugal, I'm frugal. We find ways to work life in a cheaper manner. So here we go.
All right, I hope this is a tip for my life too now.
Yeah, dryer sheets. I just started using them about a year or two ago.
Oh, okay. You're being real frugal. You were
Right
like, I
now.
can't even have soft clothes.
Right. I read an article. I read an article once that it was bad for the environment, but then I saw Kylie Jenner took a 3-minute private flight, and I was like, screw that. I'm using dryer sheets.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
I was like, I can use dryer sheets. But now what I'm doing, I find they're good for more than one use. So instead of just using it once and then throwing away,
Yeah.
I'll just keep it. And then I'll just use it again and my clothes come out the same.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Have you done that before?
No. I actually usually when I take the clothes out of the dryer, it usually falls on the floor. And then my husband says, I slipped on another dryer sheet. Could you please be more careful with those?
Be careful with your dangerous dryer sheets.
But perhaps you're saving his life right now with this idea that I should just pick it up and throw it back in the dryer for next time.
Exactly, because I tried it out for the first time last night. Perfect. There was no static. Clothes were still great. They smelled awesome. Yeah, so I'm going to continue doing it.
All right, I'll try. I'll report back and see if you're just thinking that the clothes are actually still working good.
Am I missing something? Is there an extended holiday today?
Not that I know of.
I woke up this morning, and when I was walking down my complex, there was a taxi waiting at the end. I'm like, okay, there usually is never any life around me at the time, but there's a taxi. I was like, oh, maybe someone's car isn't working, whatever. Maybe they need to get to work, whatever it may be. So, but then when I walked by, some guy came stumbling out of one of the complexes, and he was in one. He was a little bit lubricated.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, he's getting a safe ride home. Good for him.
Very nice.
So I keep walking, and then I kind of pass by the complex on the back side of it, and I notice there's a party going on still at 4 a.m.
When you're getting up for work, people are still like, it's not time for work yet.
Yeah, like I remember being
party.
in my 20s again, and I was just like, where was my invite? I just got back into town. I just was partying for 4 days. I could go 5.
I could go 5. Yeah, these 2 days that you're home for recovery and laundry, just make it one day. Nobody.
That's right.
Nobody needs to know.
You can't get the hangover if you just keep going.
Oh my goodness, that's one way to look at it.
Want more of today's show?
Download the Mixed Mornings and More podcast.
Now available every weekday.